Hey guys, it's Doc, and today what we're going to do, we are going to solve some mysteries for you, especially concerning spray bottles. And we're going to talk about the simple steps to get a perfect lawn. I'm going to show you my perfect lawn, the world's greatest Bermuda grass. I'm going to show you Barb's, give you an update on Barb's. Hers went through a hard drought. We're going to show you what we're spraying on it today. I'm going to show you a couple funny video clips that you need to do, and I'm going to give you some product updates. Lots of stuff in this video, so hold on. So, again, here's mine. Again, don't forget, I call this the world's best Bermuda lawn, but nothing, we moved into this house, what, 2.5, 3 years ago, and it was a piece of crap lawn. We've done nothing to this. We've done no leveling, we've added no soil. We've just put this on my Bermuda grass calendar program, and this is what the results are. This is the only lawn in the neighborhood that looks like this, by the way. I want to show you the back. Now, if you know anything, a couple weeks ago, what did this look like? This looked like living hell a couple weeks ago. This is just absolutely, look at this lawn. I don't think you can really comprehend it, but look at this. That is just absolutely gorgeous. Thick, 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 thick. And it's not like I have a couple spots. I have a massive big yard over here. Okay, so here's the funny thing. I want you to see if you can tell me what this is. Do you know what that is? I was freaking out. I did not know what that was. Think about it. Think about it. You know what that is? Watch. 1 foot, 2 foot bug spray. Now, isn't that funny? That's off. That is off. I was getting ready to go through the fence and do something out back, and I sprayed off on my legs, and look what it did to the grass. Great. Anyways, just a little tip for you. I couldn't figure it out. Hey guys, so one issue that a lot of people have with our super juice is trying to figure out the best way to apply it, and I've solved that issue. I've solved that issue with a spray bottle, empty spray bottle that you can get on Amazon. I finally found this, and these are great spray bottles. So what I did today, and I'm going to shoot in this video as part of it, is calculating how much square footage with our super juice will this actually cover. And you do not get blockages with this if you follow my instructions. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to mix up some super juice. I'm going to spray it on Barb's lawn, and we're going to do some calculations. So a lot of people email me and say, hey Doc, I'm having to run around my yard real fast because my super juice sprays too quickly. So let's figure out a comfortable pace for these. The next thing is we finally broke our 42-day drought. We got some rain, some storms. I'm going to show you a footage of a downburst in my backyard. That was insane. My whole swimming pool filled up with pine needles and leaves, and the backyard was horrible. A bunch of different stuff. But before we go forward, couple quick things. Number one, we are doing a year giveaway of lawn goodies, of humic and fertilizer and all kinds of stuff. So it's going to be to a subscriber. So make sure you subscribe. That'll be probably in sometime in December for a Christmas gift. We'll pick a random subscriber and give away a year full of treats. The next thing is the organic fertilizer is back in stock on Amazon. The humic is in stock on Amazon. I think the 40-pound bag sold out. They'll be back on soon. So just keep checking every day. Remember, when you go to our website, howtowithdoc.com, there's all over the place, there's things called product links. So in the description of this video, you can go see this page information there, but you can also go to the product links and you can see soil improvements for humic acid. You can see fertilizers, you can see fungus. People say, wait, where do you get your hat? Well, I put a link to hats that I wear on there. Different links that you can actually get this stuff on products that we're testing and products that I actually use myself in my lawn to get the world's greatest Bermuda grass. And next, let's go ahead and let's solve this mystery. Now, I found these spray bottles on Amazon. They have a nice... One of the reasons why a lot of spray bottles like a Spectracide or something like that will clog up with our super juice is because there are fine particles in our super juice. And if you're using a liquid type like insecticide or like a fertilizer bottle, a lot of times they have a tendency to clear up. These have a much heavier ratio to them and they don't clog up. That's the nice thing about these bottles. I think I ordered 3 of them, and they're not super expensive. They're like $8 a piece, but you reuse them, keep them for the rest of your life. Plus they're clear, they're easy to see. If you want to label them, you can label them, so it's really good. So I'm putting a link on the web page, not in the description down below. You got to go to the web page to see the link for these bottles. The super juice recipe. The super juice recipe is pretty simple. We use the humic DG. I'm going to show you how I make it up a little bit faster way to make it up. And don't forget our Bermuda grass calendar. So the Bermuda grass calendar for 2019 is up. You can download a copy of it. It's a printable copy. It's just a reminder, circular calendar, so you can do that too. So what I'm doing is I'm going to spray Barb's lawn. Let me just give you a real quick background. 42. Barb's lawn was solid clay. It was a horrible lawn. So I stepped in and said, hey, let me help you out. Earlier in the year, we got her lawn looking beautiful, and it still is beautiful. There's Bermuda everywhere on it. She had natural areas. We took all that out, and we got her lawn just absolutely gorgeous. Well, guess what? She doesn't have an irrigation system. 42-day drought. What does that mean? That means that every house in this neighborhood that doesn't have an irrigation system is basically, the Bermuda doesn't die, Bermuda shuts down, and Bermuda turns brown. So we finally got some storms in, so I went over, I scalped her lawn, because you got to take the brown off to let the green come back up through. So I went ahead and scalped it, and I sprayed it with the super juice, and I'm going to post some updates. I'll post pictures on the website. Probably about 5 to 7 days you'll see a green up on it. And in the following videos I'll also do an update on that. This is a great example. Coming off a hot summer drought, how do I repair my fall Bermuda lawn? So step number 1 is get the organic fertilizer and put out organic fertilizer. I put it out heavy. You don't have to put it out heavy. You can put it out light, and as soon as you put it out, hit it with the super juice right on top of it. Yes, it's good for new sod. People want to know, people asking that. If you've got new sod, put down the organic fertilizer, hit it with super juice, and you'll be real happy. Okay, I'm doing this with one hand, so excuse me, but this is a little easy way to do this. Save one of your old gallon containers of your liquid lawn. And what you can do is I just put a funnel. Now I've filled this up about 1/3 of it, 1/3 of the way. So I've got about water up to about here in this. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take one, two, about 3 handfuls of the humic and put it in there. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cap it and I'm going to shake it. I'm going to let any air out, pressure. And I'm basically just going to let this sit. I'm going to let this sit overnight. I'll shake it every so often. Then what I'll do is, now I've got a fine screen here. You can see how fine that is. This is a flower screen. You get them at Walmart. And I use this to screen both when I mix these two. So I've got a gallon of liquid lawn. I'll probably use 1/2 to 3/4 of this. Mix it in with this and then start filling these new bottles. I'll also put in the blue dye, and I'll spray Barb's lawn tomorrow. But this is my sort of prep. Now what I can do is, this has a Ziploc, so I just seal this up. I just Ziplocked my humic, and she's all set to put back on the shelf. Okay, so I'm mixing up the super juice. And I'll just sort of walk you through what I do on it. By the way, the organic fertilizer is back up on Amazon. And if it sells out by any chance, I'll have more back up in a couple days. Everything should be in stock on Amazon. If you go to our product links on our website, everything is linked there. Soil improvement, fertilizers. You can see exactly what we use. Use those links because we keep them updated. All right, so here's my little formula. This is kind of the newer way I do this. I take a 2-gallon bucket, and I'm going to put in blue dye, And I'm going to be making probably close to 2 gallons of this to cover her entire lawn. So I got to think about 2 gallons worth. So I'm going to put in maybe about a quarter of a cup of blue dye. My iron, probably maybe about 1 cup of iron for her whole lawn. Again, I'm running everything through a fine screener. Now I'm going to take my humic mixture, shake it up. Again, this is about a third of a gallon here. Always classify it. And you can see how black it looks. And you can see how thick and black that is. Again, I know that there's sediment on the bottom. I'm just going to not worry about that. I'm going to take my liquid lawn, shake it up really well. Same thing, run it through the strainer. I'm going to put in, I'm putting in about, that's close to 2/3 of a gallon. And then I'm going to fill the rest up. I'm going to fill the rest of this up with water. So let me get some water. And then I'm just going to put water in. So now I've got 2 gallons of this that I can take my time with in my spray bottles. I know I've got the amount of nutrients I want to put on that lawn, so if I need to do 2 coats, I can do 2 coats, but I can take my time with these spray bottles. Make sure I'm all mixed up here. So let me show you one little trick on this. These things have these safety tabs on them right here. This little safety tab. Come in here and cut that annoying thing off. And that way this thing flows, runs by it very evenly without having to push that tab in. Because it has off, it has water, and then it has spray. So always cut that little safety tab off. So I've got the 0G hose laid out. By the way, I've got a link to the 0G hose on the website. It's the only hose I use. I'm going to put this on it, a little connector. I'm going to put a little connector on it. And the connector, I like these so I don't have to put stress on the bottle to shut on and off. I can just use this. And I can just turn it on and off through here, which is nice. So I just use this to turn it on and off. Okay, and so another thing that you need to know what I'm doing is I've got a 3,100 square foot area paced off. It's basically a rectangle, so I can measure and see how the volume and coverage of these spreaders. I'm trying to calculate this to make all of our lives easier, my life and your life too. So I've got the hose connected to this shut off, so I don't have to put stress of turning on and off onto this handle. I've got the bottle filled. I've got my area mapped out of 3,100 square feet. And I'm going to go up there and start spraying. Let's see, where will I be? I'll be up top here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that area up there, and if I run out, I'm going to see how much of this it takes to cover 3,100 square feet in these new spray bottles. And that way we have a good calculation to figure it out. So one of the reasons why I left the camera running is so that you could actually see me. So you could actually see me going back and like touching up the edges and the way that real people actually spray stuff. So I wanted to do a real world sort of spray test as far as coverage goes. So really what we've got is about 1,500 square feet per bottle. So 1,500 square feet, nice and slow, nice steady pattern, going back and forth, touching up your edges, make sure you're not spraying your sidewalks and all that kind of stuff. So it's about 1,500 feet per bottle. So now you can calculate how many bottles you need. It's pretty simple. So anyways, now what you can see is you can see by this bottle what I mean. You get that nice that I always talk about, technical term. You get that nice blowing mist. You get a good foliage coverage through these bottles. That's what we're looking for, especially when we've added iron. We want this stuff to sit on the foliage for 24 hours before we actually water it in. So great spray bottle. I'll do the calculations here in a minute. Hey guys, so I hope that cleared things up a little bit on the spray bottles. So using these new spray bottles, you can get about 1,500 square feet. So just take your normal formula and just add water to it. Yeah, you're going to be changing out a lot of spray bottles, but it's a constant, no worry way to get this stuff out. I love these new bottles, and it just saves the hassle of trying to figure out, well, what's the viscosity? What kind of bottle am I? It solves all those problems. Basically, if you want a really thick, lush green lawn, like I have, it's real simple. Number one, put down the organic. Number two, make sure you're putting down humic acid. And right after you put down that the organic fertilizer, hit it with the super juice. You can put out this super juice as much as you want. I have done test strips with this, and we have done put it out every week. Super heavy, no burn. You don't have to worry about burning anything. It's a great product. We've been using this now for over a year, and the lawn is just absolutely amazing. So you put out your organic fertilizer, spray it with super juice. Make sure you put down some humic. Make sure you watch the pre-emergent video. Click that subscribe button, and that's about it, guys. So that's today's video, and I'm gonna go relax for a minute now because I'm hot. Talk to you later. Doc.